Shalom, collective, beautiful people. I hope you all are doing well. Today we're going to talk about understanding your karmic positioning. I don't know why I said it like that. But we're going to talk about it. That is going to be the subject for today. I'm not sure how long this video is going to be. But I don't want to talk about any other downloads because it's a little bit crazy. I've been gone for 2 months out of the country and I haven't had any downloads since I've been away. And as soon as I got into my own space and as soon as I got back home, I just started getting flooded. So I'm happy and I'm feeling so blessed to be back. Before we start this conversation, because I am going to talk about this in the context of a personal experience that I've had, I do want to send so much love and so much gratitude towards the woman who hosted me while I was away. She's a beautiful, beautiful soul. I love her so much. I am going to use a situation that happened between her and I. Again, this is just about understanding your karmic position in certain situations. So we're going to get into it. We're going to talk about it. I love you guys. I hope you guys are doing well. I have already prayed. And I just heard pull the gold. So we're actually going to pull cards first. I didn't know if we were going to pull cards or if I was just going to tell my story or if I'm going to tell my story while we pull cards. That's probably what's going to happen. So, understanding your karmic positioning. Now, I do feel the need to tell my story first as I'm shuffling. So, and if you guys, I'm in a new space. Before I left, I redid this back room and it is officially the apothecary office. So it's super exciting if you guys haven't seen it yet. So this is like the workstation. Well, the shelf with all the working supplies. This is my shipping station. This is like where I hold. I have my, keep hearing temple, so I'm going to say temple. I have my temple here. No, it's not a temple. I just can't think of the word right now. And then all the products, right, are over here. And then over here I have stuff. And then I'm sitting at the desk right now. So while we're talking about it, before we get into the cards, I do just want to say that I am running a 40% off sale in the apothecary items right now. It is going to last until Thursday. So it's 40% off. You don't have to put in any sort of code. It's already automatically within the website. I do offer shipping and I do offer pickup. If you do decide to go with the winter hydration line, I do just want to let you guys know that they are made to order. So, it might take a little bit longer for shipping just so that I can, properly take my time and do what I do with great intention. Some of this stuff is already made. So, and also it is first come, first serve right now. I'm not in the space to re-up the apothecary. So whatever I have in stock is whatever's going to be available. And again, it's 40% off. So I do only have 2 of the Cloak Me in Darkness bath salts left. If you haven't tried it, it's absolutely gorgeous. It is. I used it while I was away a lot, while I was cleansing and going through a lot of healing. So it is absolutely just, I'm very proud of my work, to be honest. So it's gorgeous. It's absolutely luxurious and I fucking love it. Okay. The teas are available. Again, with the teas, I'm not going to re-up. Whatever is there is there. It is the winter season, so if you guys have coughs, nausea, colds, all of that stuff is coming up. The Rest Easy tea has slippery elm hyssop in it, so that definitely helps with the gut. And it also, slippery elm is also a thickener, so it does help with coating your throat if you have a sore throat and stuff. And I was sick while I was away as well, and that shit is just, again, very proud of the work that I've done. So let's get back into it. That was my little selfless my little plug. I haven't done this in a while. I feel a little awkward. So let's talk about it. My dear friend who hosted me while I was away, she had a situation that had happened previously with one of her friends that was staying with her. And I'm not really, whatever. Without getting into any of the details, the ending situation of when her friend left was not on the best of terms. And they had sort of a falling out. Now, while I was there and I got sick, I was also going through a lot of healing. And if you guys know about anything about the healing process, when you're coming from one paradigm into another paradigm, yes, we all have mental chatter that happens on a regular basis. But generally, when you're getting very close to the cusp, when you are kind of like, I just got an image of this card, so I'm going to pull it out. When you are pushing against that veil, that seems to be, it's like a bubble. When you're trying to pop that bubble, the mental chatter can be absolutely, here it is, beautiful, can be absolutely intense, very, very intense energy. And that's what I was going through. And I was sick at the same time. So my ability to kind of ring in my energy and all of that wasn't where it normally is, right? So what I chose to do, and this is what I normally do when I'm sick anyways, because I do live with my parents, and my parents, health issues and all of that stuff, not major health issues, but I just tend to isolate myself when I'm not feeling the best. And with my energy the way that it was, I was very consciously aware of what was going on. But because I'm generally in a space where people know how I maneuver when I'm in certain situations and when I'm in certain energies, I didn't realize that I was supposed to communicate it a little bit more and a little bit better. I guess I just kind of assumed. This is the card though. None I was talking about. Sorry, let me get rid of this. See how she's pushing against that veil? This card always reminds me of when and it says new beginnings. This card always reminds me of when we are so close to coming to that new beginning, to coming into that Y paradigm. And the X paradigm is just it's just going at it. Anything that it can do to keep you in your comfort zone, anything that it can do to get you to second guess yourself, it really does come at you hard. And this is what I was experiencing. And this is also 5 energy. And 5 energy is very, it can tend to be a very tough energy. It can tend to be a very, I heard nitty gritty type of energy. And that generally is how we feel when we're coming into new beginnings. But back to your karmic positioning and understanding your karmic positioning now. I could feel that she was going through it too while I was isolating myself and taking myself away. And I didn't notice it until after I was sick. And until after she had made a comment to me when we were out to eat one day. So I took it upon myself, because I am someone who is open with communication. I'm not someone who likes to bottle emotions up. I don't think that it helps anybody in any sort of situation. So I did have a conversation with her, and I did explain my position. And I did explain to her what was going on with my energy, and I apologized to her because she is a very energetically sensitive individual, and that is because she is of a higher frequency. So of course it is what it is. Now, with that being said, when all is said and done and you can take a step back and understand your position in any sort of situation, I just keep saying this, there's kind of a point in time where you have to go, enough is enough, right? My hands are off. I played my part. I did what I was supposed to do in this situation. If anything else is playing out on that person's end that you don't understand or is not being communicated to you, or maybe lingering in the background, there's kind of a point in time where you have to wipe your hands of it and say enough is enough. Now, with people, when it comes to people that you really love, this is a very difficult energy. But I was told that if you can take yourself outside of yourself, we talk about this all the time because it gives you that eagle eye perspective. When you can take yourself outside of yourself and look at the situation on the playing field and truly understand that this situation for this individual is a reoccurring cycle. So it's technically a karmic cycle. What was my role within that position, right? Is my dear loved one able to learn whatever lesson they are supposed to learn from that situation and not project a certain type of intention that was never yours in the first place, right? So there is a certain wisdom, there is a certain level of patience, there is a certain level of time to take your hands off, there is a certain level of acceptance and just understanding, which equals forgiveness, right? So this is incredibly important. I just keep on hearing the collective needs to take a step back and understand that. And if somebody is projecting a certain energy onto you, if you really know this person, even if you don't, if you can take a look at the situation itself and see that this individual is playing out a karmic cycle and there is a lesson that needs to be learned, it's kind of like you can take your hands off and you don't need to fix it. Like, that's how I feel. I don't feel like I'm in a position to have to even be able to fix anything because it's a lesson, a life lesson that needs to be learned. And honestly, it has nothing to do with me. I might be a player on the board, and I'm a player on the board for a reason. Probably because I have the awareness that I have, so I'm going to have the patience with her as she's working through something. But I'm also in a position to where I can have this spiritual conversation with her when the time is right. The time isn't right now because I still think that there may be some lingering emotions and all of that, but I'll know when the time is right. And this doesn't take away from the way that I feel about this individual. I have so much love, so much respect. The gratitude is just something that I can't even fully express. And honestly, this is another thing too. If you're in a position to where you are really on a receiving end and you're trying to show your gratitude, there's only so much that you can do. I don't know how to put this into words. For people to accept that you are truly genuine about your gratefulness. I hope that makes sense. I don't really know how to say this in words. I know what I'm saying, but I don't know if I'm saying it correctly to you beautiful people. But there's only so much that you can do, and do not overextend yourself trying to get people to see how much you love them, get people to see, this has a people-pleasing energy too, get people to see how grateful you are for their presence in your life. There's only so much that you can do, and there's only so much that you are responsible for. This has to do with, I just heard emotional intelligence, emotional responsibility. Your emotional responsibility extends as far as people are willing to receive it. But there's also a point where you have to, again, I'm getting like the hands off. I'm getting like this energy, like hands up, hands off, cut it out. Like there's nothing else that needs to be said or done on your end. You've done all that you can do. And if you're in a position, if you feel like you are in a position to where you're witnessing, and this is, again, witness energy, this is beautiful. If you feel like you're in a position of witnessing somebody else's cycle and somebody else's lesson that they're working through, I heard grace, just have grace with it. really learn to not take it personal, really learn to, you know, you can have your boundaries of not allowing somebody to overstep when they're going through it with their projections. It's coming in really fast, so I'm very sorry if I'm like stumbling through this, but if their projections are becoming too strong, I'm seeing this wave of energy, like a red energy coming at someone's like bubble, and it just like protruding off. Their energy field is saying, nah, bitch. Nah, bitch. I don't know why I said it like that either. Nah, bitch. Ooh, my channeling. Like that, nah, bitch. I'm gonna get a fucking sign, neon sign that says that. I love that. I just got way distracted with the way that I said that. Sorry. Protruding energy. Yeah, still hold your boundaries. And stand your ground at the same time. Understanding your position in somebody else's life lesson really does allow for, I heard ingenuity. I don't know why that word would be implemented in that sentence, but we're going to stick with it because you know what? I'm channeling. I'm telling you guys, I haven't channeled really since I've been gone. Look, submission and loss. I really haven't channeled since I've been gone. And it feels really good right now. And I'm just so incredibly grateful. I feel so blessed to be able to deliver these messages and to be able to be in a position that I am. So I thank each and every one of you for being here. I truly, truly do. I love you guys so much. I'm sending you guys so much peace, because I think that's what the collective generally is seeking. As a whole, we've gotten past the energy of I just want to be happy and all of that. And we've realized it has nothing to do with happiness, because happiness is a fleeting energy. It has everything to do with peace and, you know, having a great relationship with peace. And I just feel like when you are somebody who can understand your karmic position in other people's situations and your own, there is so much peace that comes from that. There's so much peace. Oh, look, I didn't even see this. There's so much peace. Come on now. There's so much peace that comes with understanding the role that you play. Look, and then we have 4141. So that might be significant. If you guys can possibly look that up for yourself, that might be a very significant numerical energy for the collective right now. Right now. Yeah. And then we have submission and loss. I feel like the loss is a fear that the collective is learning to work through. The fear of losing out on another relationship that was absolutely so close to them. I know that this is something that I've been working through, which plays on the people pleaser energy, because if you have this fear of constantly losing people that are important to you, people that you truly love, because some people really are for seasons and some people aren't for lifetimes. And there's some people in our lives that we really want to be for a lifetime. This loss energy can really just play on our emotional well-being, play on our emotional intelligence. I'm hearing it again. Emotional intelligence right now is extremely, extremely important. If you need to brush up on your emotional intelligence, I personally am hearing Eastern Body, Western Mind. It is a book that I did in my book club. I think it was 2 years ago. At this point, it's an amazing book. I highly suggest it for anybody. It's extremely insightful. But if you're going through something where you're very keen on learning more on your own emotional intelligence and how to see the position that other people are in, I would definitely suggest that book, okay? And then we have submission too. We all know I have a hard time with this word. I do. I like the word surrender, personally. But look at how happy this like panther is. There's a smile on this panther's face, just submitting to the position that you hold, submitting to the situations that are playing out. I heard allowing yourself to transmute and asking for help along the way. And this doesn't have to be just help for you in understanding your position in certain people's situations, but this can also be asking the universe to send help to the loved one or the individual that you are witnessing going through this. You actually yourself might be the you might actually be the one in the karmic positioning who is projecting your situation onto other people. Which, listen, we're all only human. It's all a learning process. I'm not going to say that we don't do this, because I do this. Like, it's just a part of the process, right? We have to be able to sometimes just feel like we're safe to be able to go through the emotional... I heard emotional gridlocks. These words that are coming out, I really don't know, man. Sarah from the future here. I do apologize for the abrupt interruption. I got extremely sidetracked with the rest of the message. And it kind of got faltered and all of the things. But I was just going to come back to it and continue to break down the energy. But I got an image of me doing a pick a card reading for the rest of the energy to get more specific for people, and which is interesting because I've never done a pick a card reading before, so I will do that towards the end of the week. I just wanted to say I'm sorry that it was just kind of cut off. So I will see you guys later on, and we will break down this energy more specific to you, whichever position you're in within this karmic positioning. Please don't forget, 40% off ends on Thursday. Okay, and whatever is in stock is in stock. So I would get whatever it is that you want now before it runs out. And just a reminder, if you do go ahead and purchase the winter hydration line, it will take me at least a week. It will take me at least a week to fulfill the order. So just give me a little leeway on that if you can. If you want a specific amount of product and I don't have it in, I don't mind if you email me, and then we can work something out, especially when it comes to the winter hydration line. I only have a certain amount available, especially for the body butter, just because, well, you guys don't need to know all that, but whatever. So, yes, I love you guys. I will see you guys later on at the end of the week with a pick a card reading, specifically for the karmic positioning that you are in, and we'll break it down a little bit further for you beautiful people, okay? So I will talk to you soon. I'm so incredibly happy to be back, and there's so many beautiful things coming up. So I'm very excited. So I love you guys.